The humiliation began the moment the elegant restaurant doors opened, and every eye turned toward her wheelchair. The glittering chandelier lights reflected off polished marble floors, and the sound of quiet whispers followed her like a shadow. She was known in the business world as a powerful CEO, a woman who built an empire before the age of 35. Yet tonight, on what was supposed to be a simple blind date, she felt smaller than she had ever felt in her life. Across the room, her date stood frozen for a moment, his expression shifting from surprise to discomfort, as if the sight of her chair had erased every expectation he had before meeting her. Within minutes, he mumbled an excuse and walked out, leaving her sitting alone at the table, surrounded by pitying glances and awkward silence. In that painful moment, the powerful CEO realized that success could not shield her from cruelty. Before the story continues, take a moment to support our mission of spreading kindness and powerful life stories. Please like this video, share it with someone who believes in second chances, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel Brightly Kindness, a place where we believe in kindness, compassion, and the power of second chances. Her name was Victoria Hale, a woman who had everything people admired: wealth, influence, intelligence. But she had lost the one thing most people took for granted. 3 years earlier, a devastating car accident had left her paralyzed from the waist down. Doctors said she was lucky to be alive, but the world around her seemed to treat her survival like a weakness rather than a victory. Boardrooms respected her, investors feared her strategic mind, yet in the personal moments of life, dating, friendship, normal conversations, people often saw the wheelchair before they saw the woman. That night after the painful blind date disaster, Victoria wheeled herself out of the restaurant, determined not to cry in public. The cool night air brushed her face as city lights shimmered in the distance. She ordered a ride home, but fate had other plans. Just 2 blocks away from the restaurant, the car she was riding in broke down near a quiet repair shop. The driver stepped out, frustrated, while Victoria waited silently inside the vehicle, staring at the glowing city skyline. From the small mechanic garage nearby, a man walked toward them, wiping grease from his hands with an old cloth. He looked like someone life had tested many times but never defeated. His name was Daniel Carter, a 38-year-old single father who ran the modest repair shop while raising his 8-year-old daughter alone. He noticed the problem with the car within minutes and calmly began fixing it under the dim streetlight. While working, Daniel briefly glanced toward Victoria in the back seat. Unlike the others she had encountered over the years, there was no awkward pity in his eyes, no forced politeness. Instead, there was something simple and human: respect. To him, she was just another person waiting for her car to be repaired. The repair took only 15 minutes. When Daniel finished, he smiled politely and said the car was ready. Victoria thanked him and offered to pay extra for helping so quickly, but Daniel shook his head gently. He explained that sometimes people just needed help, and not everything had to come with a price. Those simple words stayed with Victoria longer than she expected. In the following weeks, something strange happened. Victoria found herself thinking about that quiet mechanic more often than the powerful executives she met every day. One afternoon, she decided to visit the garage again under the excuse of checking her car. Daniel greeted her with the same calm kindness he had shown that night. Nearby, his young daughter Lily was drawing pictures at a small table inside the garage office. The little girl immediately greeted Victoria with innocent excitement, asking questions about her wheelchair with curiosity but without judgment. For the first time in years, Victoria felt like someone saw her without fear or pity. Gradually, Victoria began visiting more often. What started as casual conversations turned into long talks about life, responsibility, and the struggles people carry silently. Daniel shared the story of losing his wife years earlier and learning to raise Lily alone while working endless hours. His life was far from easy, yet he carried himself with quiet strength. Victoria realized something profound during those visits. While the world saw her as powerful, Daniel saw her as human. He didn't admire her wealth or fear her position. Instead, he respected her resilience. Months passed, and the bond between them grew naturally. Victoria began helping Daniel expand his small garage into a larger, more organized repair business. She invested not as a CEO, but as a friend who believed in his honesty and work ethic. At the same time, Daniel unknowingly changed Victoria's life in ways no doctor or therapist ever could. His presence reminded her that her wheelchair did not define her worth. Slowly, the walls she had built around her heart began to fall. One evening, as the sun set behind the city skyline, Victoria sat outside the garage watching Lily ride her small bicycle. Daniel stood nearby, smiling proudly at his daughter. In that peaceful moment, Victoria realized that the most meaningful success in life wasn't measured by wealth or titles, but by the people who stand beside you when the world turns cold. The blind date humiliation that once felt